0.5 pound chain swing again. I successfully did it. I'm so proud of myself. Let me show you guys the bruise from there it is. There's the bruise. Youch. All right, so we are taking some pre-workout. I have not messed with pre-workout for 2 weeks. I took a 2-week hiatus from all pre-workouts. You got to cycle on and off this stuff for your health and so it can actually work. Here we go. We're going to do some rope workouts today and some Tai Chi. Let's take this down. Yeah. All right, let's go. I'm gonna do a little bit of sandbag workouts as well. Got this. All I want to do is just climb the mountain and work out every day and drag the log up to the top to make my cabin, so I don't have to stress out about what tomorrow brings. I want to be radically self-reliant, radically self-sufficient, because the economy sucks. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not excited about that, but yeehaw! Oh wow, it's starting to go. Also, I'm taking the pre-workout, y'all. It's been 2 weeks. I just gotta make sure I don't get too crazy with the workout because of last night. The chain gave me this big bruise here when I was swinging around the 42.8 pound chain. Ooh! All right, we're gonna start a little warm up. We're gonna do the small little rope, do some flow. Hey, what's up, Trillas? What's up, Jacob Daniels Flex? I'm really not that big, y'all. I'm just starting back on the journey for the giant swords, but I will flex for you. I'm recovering from an injury, and I stopped training giant swords for a year, so we're starting all over again. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh yeah, everybody saying hi. Hey, William X, hey, Verdicts. Today is really just a recovery workout, but who knows, I might, if I feel like my joints are really getting healed up, I might try to go for the 27-pound chain like this. All right, let's do some reversals. Let's change the momentum. Switch. My day has been pretty good. Been drinking tea all day long. Drank about a gallon of tea. I've been doing a lot of Tai Chi, a lot of self-massage to heal from last night's crazy workout. Hey, nice warm-ups. I'm going to take notes. Thank you, Trill Z. Oh, I'm going to go grab my tea. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Yeah. I'm really loading up on the eucalyptus right here. Really loading up on the eucalyptus. That opens up the lungs. Great for the cardiovascular system because I want my blood pumping to all my joints, ligaments, and tendons. All right, let's do the 7-pounder rhino rope. Let's go. Oh, this is just a recovery, guys. So I really just got to listen to my body. So my body's telling me that 46-pound chain yesterday, I'm really tight in the lats. So I'm going to do some lat stretches. I'm going to do some deep pranic breath. I'm going to stretch up and my ribs are really tight. I'm going to deep breathe. Right. I'm not very massive there, mate. I'm quite tiny. Only weigh about 160. But I'm not really going for mass, but if you think so, I'll take the compliment. I guess I look all right. I literally only weigh 160 pounds. If you think I'm massive, this is natural, no steroids, but this is at the beginning of the journey after a year of not working out. So thank goodness for muscle memory. If only I was eating more than 1,200 calories a day, then I'd be able to get massive again pretty fast. Oh, thank you, though. Thank you, Trill Z. You're right, dude. You're right. You know how you compare yourself to where you've been. That's a reason that I never ended up taking steroids, is because a lot of bodybuilders become addicted to steroids. So I do a lot of my challenges just on how strong I can get, more of like a powerlifting approach. Because I know that if I base all my goals on how my physique looks and I start comparing myself to all the other physiques out there, I'll never be happy. But the only comparison that I have is where I was at previously with my old physique. So I try to just compare myself to myself, either where I'm at now or where I have been. But you are right. We all got to start somewhere. Oh. All right. So I'm going to be doing I'm opening up and I'm tightening the muscles and I'm opening up, because holding that weight, that 42.5-pound chain that we did last night, and swinging it around, my hands are locked in like this. So I really want to stretch out those muscles that are in my hands and my forearms. So I'm going to do this is an actual Qigong exercise that is training. So I'm pushing but I'm keeping all of these muscles tight throughout it. So it's like, I'm also like using resistance in it. And then I'm doing that forward and backward while completely inhaling and exhaling. I believe this is what Bruce Lee was doing. Now I'm just going to do the same thing, but just move in the direction that feels good, just kind of massage those muscles and just move in whichever way is going to help massage and activate those muscles to get that chi and that scar tissue kind of broken up. Oh, it takes a lot of energy because you're breathing. Yes, fire breath. Yes. Now I'm really focusing on the stretch back here. So I'm pressing down. I'm activating my muscles right around my back. That's really where my focus is going to be now, is around my back. So I'm just going to be kind of turning slightly sideways while doing that intense breathing to kind of stretch out all those muscles, because that's what we were using yesterday, swinging around those chains. All right. Oh, this is so hot. This tea is so hot. Okay, I'm going to get back into doing some flow, and I'm going to go back to the 2.5 pound rope. So I will be swinging around the 12 pound chain. It's going to take me about 10 to 15 minutes to work up to that. I am feeling my body activating, but my hips are a little bit tight. I've got some tightness that I need to get out. So I really need to do some flow work and work on some extra movements to really activate and get blood into all the different micro muscles, because the body is working together 100% when we are swinging that chain. Oh. I'll probably do the 15 and probably the 27, but I'm not doing the 42 point. I always say I'm not going to, and then I end up doing it. So I probably will, but we'll see. We'll see. I would like to do it today again if my body tells me it's wise. We will see. So right now I'm just going to come up with some new movements. So I'm gonna turn this into a club, an Indian club. So I'm folding it. Just gonna do some Indian. And I'm gonna put my hand on my shoulder. So I show you guys that I go like this to kind of pull and stretch that muscle. I'm gonna do that while swinging the Indian club, which is a rope, but I'm doing Indian club movements. Indian clubs are normally around a pound. So I got here a 2.5 pound Indian club. Get a good stretch. Oh, oh yeah, wow. Oh, that feels good. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do the same on this side. I think what I'm gonna do right now is just focus on some Indian club movements. I think I will work up to that 12-pound chain here in a second. I think this is what my body needs right now. It's just, oh, yeah, this shoulder definitely needs a little bit more love and affection right now. Ooh. Oh, stretching it out. Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Shake some blood in there. This side is doing pretty good. This side's gonna need a little bit more love. It's still too hot. All right. So I'm just gonna give it some love. Wherever the pain is, I'm gonna open up those tight muscles, get them all loose, make sure that blood is going into my elbow. Move my arm in any which way to open up those muscle fibers. That way they're getting that blood in there. Those joints are staying lubricated. Ooh, yeah. It's all intuitive right now, y'all. So we're just intuitively stretching out the muscle fibers. We're dancing with the fibers. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't do the 27-pound chain today. For those of you that are new, let me show you guys what we did last night live. You guys can go back and watch it live. If I can, I'll do it again tonight. But we swung around the body the 27-pound with the 15.8 around the body, and then I was catching it on the hip, gave myself a nice little bruise there. It's got a little bit of the fibers in my forearm are just really, really tight. That's honestly all carpal tunnel is. It's just the muscles are getting so tight that it's pulling against the joint. So right now I just need to work out all that tightness before I get into the heavy stuff. That's why I took the respiratory tea. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Oh yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta go pour some cold water in here. I want to drink it now. Ouch. Ouch. Oh. All right, here we go. Oh. So I've decided to do this. I've decided to get. No, never mind. I passed. Never mind. I take it back. What I was thinking of, take it back. Keep it a secret. for now. All right, now I'm just going to do some hand exercises. I'm squeezing as hard as I can, but I'm going to do it while lengthening and bringing in my hands. And so I'm tightening. As you can see, I'm tightening. All these muscles are getting activated. So I really want to get that blood flow to all those different micro muscles. So each angle of geometry that I'm doing this is activating slightly different muscle tissues. So I'm just going to start going up an angle. Oh yeah, I'm really getting some shoulders right here. Oh, yeah, my shoulders are definitely a little bit tight right now. Oh, I can definitely feel my muscles getting a little more supple. That's what I'm going for. Drink more of this eucalyptus to really get my lungs opened up. So what I noticed is I have knots all over my body because when I ended the sword training last year, the last 30 days, I was actually giving myself knots. I tried throwing on the 60-pound weighted vest. I wasn't able to breathe efficiently with my chi. And so I was actually doing some damage we did 120 days in a row with a 20-pound sword. You can go watch it from number one, all the little TikToks. I told everybody we're going to do 1,000 days in a row. And I could have done 1,000 days in a row, but I was feeling like, well, if I don't make it interesting, it's going to get boring. So I started throwing on wrist weights, ankle weights, and I'm like, I got to throw on a weighted vest too. So I probably shouldn't have thrown on the weighted vest that early. So this time through, we're going to work on stamina, range of motion of different exercises. I will do a little bit of the 4-pound sword. I'm starting fresh, everybody. So you guys saw me. I was swinging 40 pounds in my sword. I ended up doing one day of 100 swings in a row with the 40 pounds loaded in the sword nonstop. I did a 20-pound sword, 1,000 swings in a day, twice. We did the 300 swings in a day with the 60-pound weighted vest, the two 10-pound ankle weights, the two 2.5-pound wrist weights, and strapped around the waist, 80-pound sled, like the football sleds where you strap it around and then you pull it. And we were walking forward. We got 300. If I tried doing that right now, I'd collapse though. So what we're going to focus on this time is all about I've learned so much of recovery. I've learned Tai Chi, Qigong, Pranayama, Bastrika, a little bit of all this self-massage. I'm learning to do a little bit of self-chiropractic right now. So we're really going to be focusing on the healing arts and recovering fast and really not just going every day because we said we would no matter what, even when we have pain, but we're actually going to focus on letting our bodies repair and recover, because when we're getting strong is actually when we're allowing the muscles to recover. If we're working out when our muscles are tight and we don't have any mobility and flexibility, we're actually going to be causing damage and tension on our joints. So I will be starting doing some swings with the 4-pound sword today. And we'll definitely be doing some swings with the 12-pound chain rope today, potentially the 15.4 pound and potentially the 28-pound chain rope today. But it's just going to have to be based upon how my body feels. I can't do it every day. If I'm out on the mountain, I can do it every day. If I'm doing like 2 hours, 3-4 hours of recovery, of pranayama and all those things. I could definitely do it every day. But right now, we're just focusing on what we're focusing on. So I'm going to take my little rope and I'm just going to start walking around on this floor. This floor is kind of like the Shaolin nail boards. It's probably just like a level 1. Let's say that you have level 1 to level 10. I call this about a level 1 for a nail board. It's spiky grip floor. It's very uncomfortable on the feet, but it's going to activate the soles of my feet, which is the sole foundation. Just when I'm using those Chinese balls to activate and move my hands, I'm getting blood flow to all my chi meridians in my hands. I'm getting reflexology on the soles of my feet. And I'm really going to be focusing on building flexibility in the hips and the core, because when I was doing the sword training before, I was living in a van. I was always sleeping like this. I had no place to stretch out. So that's all going to change this time. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. And I'm just going to kind of dance. And I'm doing that pranic breath while I'm doing it. And whatever feels right, I'm just going to kind of move into a stretch. Right now, my body's telling me to lengthen. So I'm going to lengthen. I'm just gonna slap this rope around on my body. You know, you always see they're going like they're always slapping their body. Gorillas beat their chest. I'm gonna use this rope and I'm gonna slap it on different parts of my body to kind of wake up that muscle, kind of, and bring blood into it on the tight parts of my body. While dancing. And I'm actually getting a nice massage on the back of my shoulders while doing this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. 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 Yep, so I'm waking up those shoulders. Getting a nice turn on my shoulder, get a full momentum. We call this one rope in the cattle. Really waking up them shoulders, getting full mobility on the shoulders. Now I'm really just gonna focus on a back massage. I'm really going for the top of my, right around here. I've got a lot of tight tension. So I'm really just gonna keep that. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Okay, my shoulders were just locked up because it was actually my scapula. Do some round the backs just for some real mobility, that full range of motion. Oh, I'm feeling like twice as warmed up as the last time I was up here in front of here. So, if I hear any creaking or popping, that just means the chi is not flowing. The muscles are too tight, the little micro muscles. So I'm gonna keep drinking my tea. My muscles need more hydration. Oh yeah, feeling good. Feeling real good. Oh yeah. All right. Now I'm just gonna do some manual massage. Just to warm it up, get those muscles loosened. It's gonna get deep up into there. Oh. Oh. While breathing, kind of loosen up that lymph. Oh. Oh yeah, the chest. Oh. Oh. The tea that I'm using is actually good for the skin as a topical solution. So I'm honestly just using the tea. You could just use hot water, something hot, because it helps to warm up the muscles. Kind of like going into a steam room, right? Now I'm just finding those knots. I'm pressing my fingers into it, and then I'm just pulling forward to try to loosen up those knots that are in my traps. Oh, dang, I didn't realize how giant that knot was. Now this movement is all intuitive. You just got to move around, make sure those muscles get stretched out. Feel on into it. Make sure you're breathing deep. We've become so disconnected from our inner world. Oh yeah. So remember, guys, last night I smacked the 42.8 pound chain on my. I told you guys I had a hematoma, so there's no pain there at all. The pain is completely gone. Remember the first time I got a hematoma on my shin was when I was playing soccer. It was like that freaking big. I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks. And so when you hit your body really hard, what you want to do is just not move it. You have to move it. You have to breathe and make sure that your body is cycling chi to that area so they can heal it faster. We just breathed through the pain last night, and it healed up really nice. There's like 2 tiny little bruises on there. There's a little bit of inflammation there, but it's not bad. Oh, not bad at all. Waking up our root chakra. I really need to work on my flexibility. All right. Now I'm going to focus on stretching upwards and looking all the way up to really get that full stretch on my shoulders, my traps, and I'm pulling my arms back far away from me where there's no pain. And then I'm just going all the way up to stretch out those muscles. Oh yeah. Spend a little bit extra time where I feel there's any muscles that are tight. So this seems to be the height. Now I'm just going to curl forward and bend that back to stretch out those lower, or what do you call them? The scapula. All right. Guys, this is the most important part of swinging heavy chains. This is the most important part. This is the most important part is recovery. You don't get strong when you're swinging and breaking down the muscle tissue. You get strong when you're recovering and there's chi and nutrients being delivered to the body. That is how we get strong. All right, I'm going to get into like a little flow state. They call this the eagle from the Lakota tribe. And it's actually amazing to really open up the lung and the heart meridian. So we're just going to do like... Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to make my own. I'm going to do like a yoga pose at the top. So I'm going to combine the Lakota dance of the eagle with a yoga pose at the top to really get that stretch up on the shoulders and the scapula and the upper pectorals. Now I'm just going to flow with it, whatever comes natural. Whatever my body needs. I'm going to listen to spirit. Yeah, feeling good. Dang, I guess I'm feeling natural endorphins right now. Let me tell you. Oh my gosh. So I drank a full gallon of tea today. Need to go fill up some more tea. Oh yeah, my body is feeling really good. I think this one will be mostly just called recovery. Haven't been moving around on my feet, just kind of been staying in the same spot. So this is great to move around a little bit. And when I mean moving around, I'm moving all of my shoulder muscles continuously, but I was moving my hips around my feet a little bit. So it really helped me to pump some energy into my root chakra. So I'm walking around barefoot, getting all those micro muscles in the feet built up the way that 99.9% of our ancestors did, which is our DNA. A lot of people ripped apart Liver King because he was taking steroids, and I feel like he was trying to be honest about it. But a lot of the stuff that Liver King was talking about was true. He had the ancestral tenets. And he was right about a lot of stuff. Like, I highly recommend going and checking out Liver King. I do think he's a bit of a glutton. I'm sure he's not eating all that meat that he's eating. He does seem to be a little bit wasteful, but I love his workouts. I actually do want to complete his Super Barbarian workout. I had plans to do that and complete it last year. I messaged him. I was talking to him, and I still think I could go to Liver King Ranch and maybe have a nice little meal with Chef Lionel. Just because I think it's a worthy goal. It's a worthy goal to be able to. Let me tell you about the Liver King Challenge. So it's 70 pounds on your back in a backpack. You're holding 70-pound dumbbells in each hand. You're having two 10-pound weights on each ankle, and you're dragging behind a 120-pound sled for 1 mile straight. And if you complete that, you're complete what he calls the barbarian workout. Now he also has a super barbarian workout, which I think it's like 200 pounds that you're dragging behind you, 90 pounds in the backpack, and even heavier dumbbells. I'm not sure, but that's crazy. That's crazy. He actually had a kid beat him at his own workout. I don't think he's been back to do Super Barbarian, so it makes sense that he came up with Super Barbarian, because it's never fun to have someone beat you at your own challenge. But he's trying to help people grow, you know. All right, we are just sitting down at the table, waiting on this tea to brew. Got an old-fashioned Japanese fan since we had no AC. Can't afford that in this economy. Hey, you guys know John Cena's signature move? He's activating his lung and his heart meridian. So he's getting his body pumped up with chi. I actually found out that this really opens up my arms, and it's really, really good for these workouts, since using predominantly my upper body strength. Right? I'm going to try doing that while moving my fingers like this. Oh, yeah. So gorillas also beat their chests because they're activating that lung and their heart meridians to get ready to go. Football players and sumo wrestlers, they open up and they go. So they activate their root chakra. There's a special tribal dance where they go. Because when you put your tongue out like that and you're going like that, you're loosening up your neck. You're stretching out the muscles in your jaw. They also do that in Bhastrika. I'll show you guys some Bhastrika really quick, which is the inner organ massage. And you can massage all your outer body, but you also need to be aware that the inner organs need massage as well. So you're combining pranayama with inner organ massage, which is Bhastrika. Okay, so I'm going to breathe all the way in. While rounding the back. I'm going to show you the Bhastrika now. So that's like pranayama. And then the Bhastrika is exhaling all the oxygen. Then you gotta really gently massage the inside of your organs because there's a lot of nerves in there. So you gotta be really gentle. So you're releasing all that air. You're sucking in, because if I have air, I can't suck in. Just gotta go. And the only way you can release all that air is if you stretch out your tongue, because all the muscles are connected down to your stomach. And then you're able to suck in and then just gently massage up under the rib cage. You're massaging your lungs. Your lungs need massage too. Your intestines need massage too, because our intestines are what convert the food into energy. Oh, my tea is made. Yo. I am sweating like a crazy person. But yeah, I haven't really got too much into Bhastrika, but honestly, it's essential for daily detox. So honestly, it's pranayama, tai chi, qigong, Bhastrika, sauna, sweat room. Honestly, in other cultures, like in Japan, people do this every single day. Everybody just thinks it's the diet that people eat, but it's the anti-aging arts why they live so long, and then they're not putting all that crap into their body. And we live in extraordinarily toxic cities. The water we drink is toxic. It's all toxic. So if our bodies hold on to those toxins and start to hold on to those toxins, we become toxic. So we got to release those toxins by giving the body circulation and massage. Super duper important for recovery and for quality of life and for self-love. I can't state enough how good this tea is. I'm going to show you guys the tea that I am brewing. So we have here the Breathe Deep. So this supports respiratory health. This is essential for living in any city. We are breathing in so much crap. So this supports respiratory health. It is caffeine free. So this is a original licorice root, eucalyptus leaf, thyme leaf. There's a proprietary blend of herbs. So tulsi leaf, ginger root, cinnamon bark. I need to be careful with the cinnamon bark because that can lower blood pressure. You don't want to lower it too much. Elecampane root, cardamom pod, peppermint leaf, and mullein leaf. Ooh. Then we have matcha. This is the most, this in yerba mate. So this gets your, I find when I blend this with yerba mate, the yerba mate gets me going. And then this one is an energy blend, which promotes energy. So this is green tea, ginseng, and yerba mate. You don't want to take this stuff every day, but it can't hurt. It can't hurt if you're doing everything else. I think it's good to detox on anything for about a week and just drink water. Like I'm also taking the pre-workout, so I took a quarter scoop. So I actually think I took 2 weeks off of this stuff, but this is one of the world's strongest pre-workouts. Oh, so I'm gonna take my other scoop, my other half scoop. It's giving me the energy that I need and the focus that I need to really tap into my body. Normally, I'm not this hydrated, so it's essential to be hydrated and then move the body and stretch the body so the body can actually get hydrated. There's muscle constriction in the body and your muscles are tight, your muscles are not hydrated. All this stuff from the pre-workout is just, it's basically just stuff that's extracted from this tea in higher quantities and other plants. Now I'm going to be massaging the back of my spine by moving it in a wave-like position. Oh yeah, I definitely need to work on this back. So we're gonna be doing some side to side Qigong breathing. Really open up those back muscles. Those back muscles are really tight still. Getting a nice stretch by leaning forward on this leg. And then we're just flowing to the other side. Reaching out as far as we can, forward. So important, guys. So important that the anti-aging longevity arts, the most important thing. Oh, yeah. All right. Now I'm going to be doing the worm standing. Oh, this is really going to dig in all of my different spine. Just going to take, and where I feel a lot of muscle tension, I'm just going to take and shake. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to walk around on this floor. Barefoot. It's like a spiky floor, so it's kind of like walking on a nail board. It's digging into those different pressure points in the bottom of the feet. We call that the sole of the feet. It is the sole foundation of the body. You guys can see that my feet are deformed. If we all take our shoes off, our feet are all deformed, because ever since we were put into these tight shoes that were in a point, which restricted the sole expression of our feet, which causes all types of illness. Shout out to the barefoot community worldwide. There's now 150 plus different barefoot shoes available in the market. You can now find barefoot shoes from Hobie Bear for like 20 to 40 bucks. You no longer have to spend like 200 bucks on a pair of barefoot shoes. Our foundation of all of our gravity lies on the bottom of our feet. We disconnect ourselves from the earth under our feet. We disconnect ourselves from true healing, health, and longevity and strength. So when we choose to participate in a society that forces us to wear shoes and shirts, disconnecting our bodies from the ability to create vitamin D in the chest and the heart and lung meridians, you have to start the question, why do people get lung and heart cancer so often? Well, there's no vitamin D. Without vitamin D, your body can't repair and simulate tissue and detox. So if you cover up your chest all the time, we have no one to blame but ourselves. I need to release some anger, have some anger and frustration coming up that's causing a lot of tension in my lower back. It's cutting off the circulation, and these negative emotions are cutting off circulation in my body. So I just need to release and relax. There's no point in being upset with the Colt. Sure, it's just going to give me high blood pressure. Just need to do what I can. Accept. I can't change other people. I can only change myself. I can only try to work on myself. It's not my job to change other people. It's not my job to heal other people. It's just my job to express myself so that I can find other people that want to heal themselves. Because I want to be around people that are about healing and longevity, because I want to hang out with people that have actions that promote healing and longevity through their daily activities. That way my activities I can enjoy all day long with the people I like, staying healthy. Really feeling a little bit of back pain and tension, so I'm reaching back to my back and realizing that my lower back is extremely tight. So just gotta feel it out. Most of us have extremely weak lower backs because we are chronic sitters. We sit way too much. A lot of our trauma is held in our lower back because we were forced to sit in chairs for 8 hours straight for 12 years of our lives. So you'll notice sometimes it's hard to breathe into your lower back because you're suppressing those emotional memories subconsciously. You just have to learn to breathe and let them come up. And then come back to focusing on the body in the now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually found that twerking and shaking your hips is an excellent form of loosening the hips, and that I'm not telling anybody to twerk for a sexual reason, especially guys. But the movement in itself will open up your hips, and it will reduce lower back pain. I'm not even going to try to twerk on camera because I'll look like a freaking chicken with a broken neck. Oh, because I have so much tension in my lower back. I've slipped my L4 vertebrae 4 times. The body can heal. It can heal. We just have to move it. It has to get that chi. We can't be enslaving our soles of our feet. Wearing shoes completely changes the way that you walk. So it sets your whole body up for stiffness and the lack of movement. And the lack of movement is death. It is calcification. Ooh, I don't know if I will do any chain workouts today. I might just have to focus on releasing some of this tension in my lower back. My body wasn't even aware of it because I had more pain in my shoulders, but the shoulder pain's gone. Now I'm just going to get really wavy with it. Muscles are super, super tight down here. So I'm gonna talk about the topic of masturbation. So I'm gonna tell you why masturbation is an issue. The last year I masturbated probably like 5 times a day. There's no shame in what everybody has done at one point in their life, so there's no shame. But I did it to release tension and to fall asleep at night. I could not fall asleep unless I masturbated 5 times and blew 5 loads. The problem with masturbation is you're just sitting there kind of at a J, right? When you're making love and you're good at making love, you're doing it in all the different positions. You're moving the hips and you're creating that feel good while moving the chi around your body. You're breathing. Because you have to keep those hips going. When we masturbate, we're literally in a standstill. Some people don't. Some people are like, put their hand on their bed and pushing it into their hand. That's probably a lot healthier way to do it. But it destroys the body. It destroys the body when that's all you're doing. So then you're getting the best feeling on earth when you're in a lying position. So your dopamine is being flooded in your body when you're just at a standstill, when your body is not moving. It becomes hyper addictive, and then you're constantly most men are desensitized in their penis that masturbate all the time. And they bust too fast, right? And then we wonder why we don't get the love and affection that we deserve from our goddesses. Because we were too afraid to get into another relationship for a year and we were just jerking off. And then she jumps on and rides and then you're about to freaking squirt a load into her vagina and she's too afraid to have sex with you without a rubber because she's not ready to get pregnant yet. I mean, sex is so taboo, and we wonder why we have such an issue with people staying in relationships, but yet there's no sexual kung fu schools. available for every American once they turn 18. And that's a huge fucking problem. Right? Because every person is worthy of absolute full body orgasms, giving and receiving. Are we not? My hips are so freaking tight, and just doing this movement right here brings life into this universe. So don't we think that doing this movement on a regular basis would bring life into our body? Absolutely. It's our root chakra. Up is our hips. So if there's stagnation in our hips, and there's stagnation in our root chakra, how are we supposed to harness chi and power when it builds from the earth? And if we're wearing shoes and we're cutting off the circulation to our feet and we're destroying our feet muscles, how are we supposed to build a solid foundation? I never did leg days on the sword workouts. Look at me. Look, my upper body is much bigger. I got a small little booty, small little legs. So I'm going to be focusing on the foundation of my body, my feet, my legs, and my ass. That is going to give me power. That is going to give me so much power with the sword. And the only way I'm going to release that muscle tension is by moving my muscles in all those different ways, by stretching, getting low, stretching out the hamstrings, stretching out the little micro muscles in my feet, building the feet. Walking on uncomfortable ground. Oh, fuck. Oh. I got a little bit of pain today in my lower back. Oh. It just means my hips are tight. I'm in a lot of pain today, y'all. But that pain that I had when I hit myself on the shin is the pain that I'm in today, but it's not on my shin. But I've released, in different parts of my body, I'd say I've released 75% of that pain. And I'm only feeling that pain when I'm moving in different ways. I'm only getting that pain as I'm trying to reach out and stretch more. When I'm feeling a restriction of movement, I'm causing that pain. So I have to reduce that restriction of movement, and then that pain will go away. Oh, yeah. I'm over here talking all... I was talked to like this when I was a child, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here talking to you like you're my children. Oh, sorry. Hope that's not how I come off. No one wants to listen to that. No one wants to. Or like I'm like you're a teacher in the principal's office. That's traumatizing. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh. I hate wearing pants. It's cutting off the circulation to my upper chakras. I need to accept the offer to do the nudist workouts on that naturalist website. No, nothing sex related, just working out naked. Also, you can't even see the activations in my muscles because I'm clothed. So how are you supposed to learn from body mechanics unless the body is absolutely naked? You're not going to be able to see. And I need to work on my muscle definition and get a little bit more shredded and more muscle so people can see the activations of my body. I'm not quite confident enough to do that again. Oh, shit. Oh, right now I'm actually massaging my... Use your pants. This is a good technique. So you can use your pants to massage your obliques. Really dig in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's so much tension. Oh, the obliques are tight, pulling on my lower back, spinal muscles. Oh. Oh. Wow, I just felt a huge amount of chi go to that region just by doing that, and a large amount of my muscle pain just got released. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. Yeah. I have a concern. I have a concern with bodybuilding and being single and stopping masturbating. The cock is a muscle. The penis, the phallus is a muscle. And if I'm not using it, I'm going to lose it. So I do have a complaint with myself and how I'm going to be able to train my lingam, because it's like a muscle. When you use it, it gets bigger, right? It gets bigger, thicker, fatter. It grows, right? So if I'm just training all my muscles and I'm getting more blood into all these muscles, then that means there's going to be less blood in my lingam. Which is a huge problem. It is why I'm going to show the one person who's watching the picture of this right here. This is an ancestor underneath a waterfall, holding an erection for 1 hour in a meditative pose while getting a full body massage by the waterfall that he stands underneath. See, I could be a woman right now, being aroused and having my chi completely going, no problem on the camera. That is why women live a lot longer, because when you are aroused, you are creating serotonin, dopamine, all the chemicals that allow your body to create stem cells and human growth hormone. It's all related to the sex hormones. So as men, we are cursed in society because we cannot walk around being aroused. Women, you don't think that women's panties are soaking wet with their clitoris fully aroused? Out of sight, out of mind, right? There's a reason why men can't satisfy women. There's a reason why women prefer 5 men at the same time in a gangbang, because we don't have sexual kung fu like we used to. We have a tenth of the testosterone that we used to. It's pathetic. I feel pathetic. I feel pathetic. I feel pathetic. I feel fucking pathetic. It is a projection of the self. It is not a judgment on anybody else. It is projection of the self in wanting to be a man for a woman and give her what she deserves. Oh man, I'm still got some more tea in here. Yes, I got more tea. Our ancestors used to drink like 3 gallons a day, y'all. You can't drink 3 gallons a day. You won't be able to get paid. They'll fire you at your job. Why are you peeing all the time? That's a freaking human right, motherfucker. I ain't paying you for that shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just going to be swimming across the river every day, gulping up the mountain river water while floating on my back. Hey, what's up? GCU Hub, how you doing? We're walking around and doing some barefoot chi. We're doing some reflexology. It's one of the most important things you can do. Look at how desecrated my foot is. Look at that huge bunion. Years of running barefoot in our Armani suits, trying to sell people $3,000 vacuums. I did do it, but I desecrated the soles of my feet. They're all deformed and stuff. The foundation of my feet, weak, where all the gravity of my body has to hold down on. So I'm just walking around on this super uncomfortable floor right here. I call it a level 1 Shaolin nail board. Thank you, sir. Thank you for saying good. It's all good, man. Everything is good. The pain is a lesson. The pain, the anger, the jealousy, the fear, the anxiety. I never felt jealousy in my life until about 2 years ago. I married a woman who was extremely jealous, and I was putting my cock inside of her. And when I was around other women, sometimes I couldn't help it because a lot of women just keep their boobs out. And it's very hard not to look at those beautiful, huge bosoms. And I loved my woman, and I never cheated on her. She got so jealous. And if she would have paid no attention, it wouldn't have even mattered. But it's like the way that she was acting to them was a turnoff, because it's like, well, don't be rude to her just because she has nice breasts. Maybe that woman is single. Maybe she's trying to attract a good mate. Your boobs are out too. Doesn't mean I'm going to cheat on you. And so that was a big issue, is how she was acting around other women. And I would point out to her, you shouldn't be rude like that. And I would have actually preferred if my woman was confident in the nude. I took her to see some friends who were nudists, and she did not get naked. I wanted to be around my woman naked, out in the naturalist nature, so that I could enjoy myself naked as well. She actually did once. When we were together, she was naked with me. And I understand that pain, because I'm back to where I was. I lost my confidence of being naked at a naturalist resort, because my body's often in a lot of pain. I'm constantly walking like this, because at those places, everybody's barefoot. I train really hard. And that insecurity is natural, but we just have to have self-love. We have to have self-love for our bodies where we're at. If we are constantly covering up of our bodies away from the sunshine, which gives us vitamin D, which absorbs into those different meridians of our body, into those organ centers, we are going to get sick. Doctors used to prescribe full body sunbathing to heal the body. If we are uncomfortable with how we look naked, then we just need to try to change it. If the body is not healthy, then we need to try to change it. We need to try to be in alignment with nature. All the rest of the animals in the animal kingdom, they hunt, they forage, they're constantly moving. We have become like the WALL-E movie. Remember that little robot with the WALL-E? We're constantly in stagnation. I highly recommend that everybody watch the movie WALL-E. Watch it a couple of times. If you have children, have your children watch the movie WALL-E. Disease started to happen. So I want everybody to also pull out their notebooks and look up, what was it? Anarcho-primitivism? Anarcho-primitivism. So it's the understanding that before we learned to farm and village, that we were always constantly hunters and gatherers. That disease started to come when people were together, because we weren't shitting inside of a toilet. We were just shitting around. And that's when disease came, when we started huddling up and farming. That's when we started having all these diseases, when we weren't moving enough. We used to fast naturally. Different bodies had different strengths, right? If we're moving and we're detoxing, that's the same benefit as fasting. When we're in a fasted state, we had to move in order to get our next meal, which spikes and keeps the organs working properly. If we're not moving and we're stagnant, the knowing, that movie was sad. Oh yeah, I agree. Yes, I agree. GC Bub, Oh, The Knowing is a good movie. Okay, I need to watch that. Hopefully it's free. I haven't been spending money on any movies lately because I can't afford it. The Nun 2 is scary. Why would I watch scary movies though? Does it have a message in it? Like, what's the message? Is there like a scientific, physiological message in me becoming the strongest version of myself? Or is it just a scary movie to release adrenaline into my body? Oh, jeez. I used to get so scared of scary movies. God, okay. The one of the scariest movies that I was scared of as a kid was Darkness Falls. It was this tooth fairy that you don't stay in the light. If you got in the dark, the tooth fairy would swoop down. So you didn't want to see the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy was coming and taking your teeth from underneath the pillow. And if you ever saw the tooth fairy, isn't that weird though? Like, who came up with the tooth fairy? It's kind of strange, isn't it? Like, whose idea was it? I think what happened was people used to like use people's teeth to like put them into their own teeth to like make fake teeth, or something like that. Like before they had like the veneers. Oh, it's just beating the devil. So this is my concept of the devil. So the humans created the concept of the devil to create peace amongst all people. So the devil is like our dark side, right? It's taking from other humans because, I mean, if you talk to a vegan, they would say that the Christian is a devil for eating meat, right? I mean, the lion doesn't get called a devil for eating the gazelle, but as human beings, we don't do that, right? We don't do those kind of things. So humans had to procure this concept of what the devil is. And that is hurting and not helping your fellow brother. That is the devil. But really it's going against actions that we have that are hurting others and ourselves. But it's to me, I just look at the devil as a philosophical way of our shadow self. Right? So the lion, so we are animals. We are animals, right? You've got all sorts of stuff today in society. Like, it's really fucked up that they would chop off little babies' foreskins. Like, my foreskin was mutilated. Like half of my orgasm is gone because that's androgynous parts of your penis. Half of my foreskin is gone. And guess what they sell that for? They sell that to high-level cosmetics, right? So because the foreskin has stem cells. We could call that demonic, right? We could call that demonic. Why would you fucking do that and then brainwash everybody that because it looks better, you got a nice mushroom head? There's less STDs. Why don't you just pull back your fucking foreskin and wash it? That's fucking ridiculous. It's also mechanical lubrication on the body. Look up the bloodstained men. And they actually used to circumcise boys to desensitize them to war so they could be good warriors. If you want to call that demonic, I agree. I fucking agree. So not only as men Can we be aroused and be releasing stem cells? But some of us are going around with our foreskins chopped off. And in other countries, the women are going around with their clitorises fucking mutilated. Fucked up, huh? Was that what religion did that? I can't remember. I used to have dreams of torturing my doctor as a child. When I was 10 years old, I used to dream of just sitting him down and just like smacking him with a whip for taking my fucking foreskin as a fucking baby. But I had to release and forgive. You know, Jesus also takes away justice. I hate to say it. There was a quote, I can't remember who said it, but religion keeps the peasants from destroying evil people. So I've seen like 5 or 10 different things on the internet that people are saying, you know, Jesus is just a tool used by people to abuse you. Although an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, which is also true. So there's different ways of looking at things. So I get it. I don't think that getting vengeance is a very good idea. It's better just to focus on, I mean, am I going to get my foreskin back? No, my foreskin is gone. It's fucking gone. Check out Jeff Berwick, though. Jeff Berwick, he's at the Natural Holistic Health. He's interviewed like over 300 different people. Jeff Berwick on natural health and healing. Definitely give Jeff Berwick a look. There's something called foreskin reconstruction, so you can stretch out your foreskin. It's never the same, though. It's never the same. And it's mechanical lubrication. It's mechanical lubrication on the vagina. It allows your shaft to stretch, right? Also, it makes your penis smaller when you're like, my dick would have grown a lot fucking bigger because when it's erect, the skin is like pulling. The skin is like pulling. And every time that my dick is getting bigger, but I'm slow, like my dick, if I use it, it's going to keep getting bigger, but it's slowly stretching out the skin and it's creating scar tissue. So I have all these different lines of scar tissue. My dick just keeps fucking getting bigger. Except for the last year when I was jerking off all the time. I swear to God. So now there's a restriction in my penis because I was circumcised. So I'm having to go through that pain in my penis just to get my cock bigger. Fucking great, right? Fucking great. Think about it. It makes absolute logical sense, just like gravity, to chop off the foreskin of a baby. I'm so proud to be a fucking American. Groovy. I gotta make some more tea, y'all. I'll be right back. Gotta stay hydrated. Y'all learning anything from this fucked up conversation? I gotta age restrict all my fucking content. Oh shit. This necklace is gonna break soon. This is this. Oh well, I'll have to rethread it. Oh, my calves are freaking getting tight AF right now. Homework. That's crazy homework. It's mine. Yes. Dang, it's so hard to communicate through text. It's so hard to communicate and understand through text. Everybody research wind baths. It's so important to have wind blowing across your nervous system. It just automatically helps you breathe into different parts of your body. Clothes restrict that stimulation of the nervous system, which also adds to the aging process. It's so much easier to breathe when I just blow some air onto my body. Oh. Get it? It's like a breath. It's like a breath of fresh air. Wait a second. You mean staying in a room without airflow and sunshine and moonlight is going to restrict your body's vitality? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Who would have thought disconnecting ourselves from the way that we adapted in this world for 99.9% of our biological DNA would cause illness? Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Hilarious. Not really. All right, so I'm doing some Tai Chi on my hands. I'm just gonna walk around. If anybody wants me to talk about a topic, just drop it in the comments. Got a little bit of lower back pain today, so I'm just gonna really focus on walking around on this nail floor, really just to activate and build up. Walking is one of the most important things we can do for detox. It pumps the blood. And our lymphatic system can only be cleansed with movement, and it's a pumping motion. And also, walking barefoot and doing reflexology barefoot is activating all the different meridians in your body, so it helps to loosen up that lymph in your body and keep it all clean. Helps you to sweat. That's a way that we detox as well. So when we're in the air conditioning all the time, we are not releasing toxins the way our bodies were designed. So just the act of having AC on all the time and temperature control is also making our bodies extremely weak and toxic. Because when it's hot out, we are supposed to move around and have breeze on our bodies and sweat so that we have that sweat. And then when that breeze comes across our body, it instantly cools us down with the sweat and the breeze. And when it's cold out, instead of putting heat, because when we're just constantly in a heated environment when it's cold, we're not moving around. So we are creating toxic buildup in the body. We're not moving our chi around. I really, really like that Shaolin guy. He's like, we must become strong again. We become weak. Oh, this feels so good. And I'm just like doing my stretches. Oh. Let's talk about the non-aggression principle. Do no harm, but take no shit, right? The non-aggression principle. Don't aggress against other people unless you want them to aggress towards you, right? It's also the golden rule. Treat other people the way you want to be treated. Agreed. The great Quill Arc. Imagine being in a war zone right now and not being trained on how to move nomadically and survive. Or imagine being in a war zone right now and not being trained on how to defend yourself. That is the reality for a lot of people right now. Not good. If war were to break out right now, I'm not sticking around for some material possessions. That's for damn sure. I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. If you live by the sword, you'll die by the sword. I know I'm living by the sword, the giant sword workout. So you guys are over here before you get all mad at me for being, what do they call that word? When you say one thing and you do another. It's important for me to be able to survive in nature against predators. The Kodiak grizzly bear, 1,400 pounds, comes to my neck of the woods. Normally they'll just fucking leave you alone. But who knows if they're super fucking hungry or starving. They're normally scared of you until they get comfortable with you, right? Honestly, I don't want to kill a Kodiak bear. I'd probably just use a blunt object and just smack it in the head. Oh. It's such a beautiful animal, right? It'll learn its lesson. You need a long, nice long sword. Actually, I would prefer a 7 or an 8-inch object. I want some range on the beast. I don't think this is quite long enough. Just get exact precision. Just nip it right on the freaking nose. Boom, bitch. I mean, boom, wonderful, beautiful creature of earth that I respect because you have such strength. Let's not use disrespectful terms here. It's that toxic culture. gonna go grab some tea. I'll be right back. And take a quick little piss break. I'll take you with me. I feel like every time I leave, people leave this room. All right, so let me check how much battery I got. Oh, I only got 1% left, y'all. So I think this is it. I'll be back a little bit later. I've got 1%. This phone has a hard time charging. So it's probably going to die here in a second. When I turn it back on, it will resume to where we're at. So I'm just going to continue to do my workouts, same as I've been doing. And I will come back a little bit later. Happy trails and no worries. Better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Better to be a warrior in a garden. Yes. 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 Now I fully understand what that means. I need to be a warrior in the garden. So that I can build my house. Ooh. Defend against Kodiak grizzly bears. I totally agree. Totally. I agree with you in totality. All right, I'll be right back. Hopefully it'll still play. It'll probably die though. So I'll see you guys in a second. No guarantees, but it'll take me a little bit to charge it back up because it's a slow charger. So I'll probably be back in like 45 to an hour and a half if it dies. All right. Hey, it didn't do it. It will though.